on behalf of Interfaith Scotland, a warm welcome to all of you who are with us today to celebrate World Interfaith Harmony Week and to take part in the Interfaith Buddies programme. So, World Interfaith Harmony Week is here to help us promote interfaith harmony and religious understanding, a goal that is right at the heart of all the work we do at Interfaith Scotland. The small staff team at Interfaith Scotland really thought deeply about what an event might look like that is held during a global pandemic, that would indeed promote not just harmony and religious understanding, but would also help all of us deal with lockdown loneliness. We're encouraged by the wonderful network of local interfaith groups and faith communities across Scotland. And we're here to assist any group actually that wishes to set up an Interfaith Buddies scheme of their own. Perhaps a legacy for Scotland from World Interfaith Harmony Week 2021. I'm going to pass over now to Frances. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. For some of you, this may be your third Interfaith Buddies event, as we started out in part of Scottish Interfaith Week. We were inspired to have the Interfaith Buddies scheme originally by the Interfaith Network for the UK that set it up for the National Interfaith Week. And we enjoyed it so much, and people coming along enjoyed it, that we decided to have the event on a monthly basis. And there's been lots of interest in it actually, from BBC Radio Scotland contacting us, and two of our buddies who are here tonight ended up appearing on the radio and telling us about their experiences. And then I got a very interesting email from colleagues in the Scottish Government who said they were using the idea amongst their own colleagues, and they had over 30 people doing a buddy scheme in the Scottish Government. So there you go, it's been going far and wide.
Well, I think that talking to Shanny, it reminded me that religions all have a basic concept, and that has to do with love of self, love of God, and being compassionate and kind to others. And I think that I think we both agree that too many religions, I shouldn't say that, too many people in the world focus on differences, whereas religions really focus on similarities. And so I would hope that we would continue to do that. We did share some lovely stories about the way we grew up and our heritage and our faith and our rituals, and how important that is to life, and how it basically creates a foundation for you to live a full life and a compassionate life. She told some lovely stories about visiting with people and how being a church elder, it was giving her a chance to reach out. I think the pandemic has given us all the opportunity to love one another and to show our compassion. So I think I'll turn it over to Shanny and see what she'd like to add.
It was just lovely to hear about Susan's faith and her faith journey as well, coming over from Buffalo, New York, and meeting a husband who was from the Romania part of Europe, and you know, looking at her background and the story of all that. So that was lovely to find out about, and just sharing as well the way that her community are working together over this, you know, over the pandemic, and just the you know, that love of neighbor, that feeling of community, of looking after each other during this time especially, which was really great to hear about as well. So it was super chatting to Susan, and I hope we meet again soon, Susan.
I agree.
Beautiful talking to the Reverend Peter today. It's really moving, actually. I feel a bit emotional about it, because like Susan said there, what we found was that religion's about love. It's about the love of God. It's about the love of each other. It's about the love of family. And it was really beautiful to talk to Peter about the hardships that he'd been through actually back in Pakistan, and how difficult it'd been, but how he overcame that in so many ways, and still carried on with his faith and actually became more devout. But along with that, actually, he really embraced interfaith. He talks about a train journey that he'd taken through Pakistan, that he organised with 500 other believers of all different faiths, and how they'd really faced horrendous hardship and horrendous persecution, but he kept it going. He took ownership of that journey and took it through Pakistan, and even though it'd been really difficult, actually, he found along the way that the everyday person who was just living their life there and in the cities and in the villages and in the countryside that he was going through, they embraced them. They were really pleased to see them and they were really welcoming. And that really helped affirm his faith, and that was beautiful. So yeah, I loved it. And I really hope that Peter and I can carry on these conversations, because I would love to know more about the amazing work that he's doing in Paisley and the interfaith that he's doing, and amazing work that he's doing with his parishioners and with his family. And it was just really beautiful and really moving. Thanks, Peter.
Yes, I have a similar feeling. It was just like a fast dating experience, how to get to know each other in a short period of time. So Lindsay is a lovely sister, beautiful smile, and it's contagious. She was smiling throughout her conversation, and she shared how she was brought up in a kind of a very interfaith kind of situation, family. Her parents, one was spiritualist, other was atheist, and then in the extended family, aunt was interfaith minister, and they have different kind of faith in, as she have seen, but she still wasn't practicing any faith until she met a wonderful, wonderful, handsome looking young man, who really won her heart. And his name was Ayub. And he also shared about the story of Job. And Job was so much persecuted and also gone through hardship and difficulties. And yet he was loving even those insects that was on his body, was hurting him, harm him, and would put it back on his body when they were fallen. And we have also same kind of values, and how faith has changed her. What a blessing to have this kind of conversation with Sister Lindsay Taylor, and I hope to keep in touch and would invite each other to our events and things like that. So it was really, I think, we're going to carry on our friendship, our buddiness. You have brought us together. So thanks to Interfaith, Scottish Interfaith, as you, Lindsay. It was a blessing talking to you. God bless you.